Shwmae and hello. I've got a lot to explain in a little bit of time, so I've created this abomination called the shooting range. How inventive. So, it's powered up 3 batteries in this beautiful game of Rust. You can also load this up for yourself in Rusticated EU Sandbox. It's called the shooting range. I've published the build so you can download it for yourself and play around with it yourself and play the game on there yourself. But if you want to build it yourself, well, you've come to the right place. If all else fails, you try Wales. So, here is the 3 batteries. The first battery is what is powering up this switch. This switch also powers up. It powers up the branch, it powers up this target. This also outputs enough power to send, when you hit the high score, the neon lights, and also a little bit more for fireworks if you got them. If you can on the build server or your server where you build it on. So, activate. It resets every time. Shoot the targets. When you shoot the targets, the doors automatically close and they add to your score. So, how does it work? Well, this monstrosity up here, oh, doesn't this look beautiful? Quite intimidating, I know, but it's quite simple, I assure you. So, we are originally powering up this. This is the reset. This is the reset. Click this, and this resets as well as sending all these XOR switches, which is the rand reset XOR. So the output of these are going to each one of these random resets, where one input is from the clear, the other input is from the target output. We'll get to that later. But we've cleared the system and we started the system, but not quite yet because I've got a blocker going through. There's 23 power for this one, there's 4 power for this one, and there's 3 power going for this one. This is 2, that's 2. This is 31 as signposted. This is 55 power as signposted. This is the start of the second battery. This little one in the corner is the third battery, where I take out 71 power and daisy chain a whole bunch of blockers that power into 5 power. 5 power into each target. As targets act like switches. 5 power into it, it eats up 1 when it gets enacted. Then 4 power is sent to these outputs, where the splitter eats up 1, and then 3 power is sent 1 to the XORs to add to the scoring mechanism. I only use XORs because they send 1 unit of power. OR switches send all of the power. We don't want to be directing any more power away from a system because we need every ounce of it. So, you also don't need, these don't take power, I don't believe. If it receives 1 signal in, it'll daisy chain it all the way through, and it'll accurately count your score. Might be a bit of delay in the counter, but it will add up accurately. But finally, the last one goes to the trigger of the timers, where this is the power for the timers, this is the power for the rands. These timers, they output to the block function of the blocker, where the blocker is located right by every one of these targets, but also right by the door controllers and or lights, because the RAN switch powers through to the blocker. The blocker powers through to the light and or the door signal. The throughput of the door signal or light then goes to the reset function of the of this. So basically the blocker is blocking any more random signals from coming in as it's resetting. And basically that is it. The second battery comes, and the third battery comes into power when the trigger's activated. Come out here, the game starts, and what happens now is there's more power coming through, which powers up the blocker to stop these switch offs from getting power. Now the switch ons are getting power, and that stops the battery drain from these two other batteries. So it's only this one that's on when I've got this switch on up front. When I turn that switch off, all the batteries go off. But yeah, apart from that, it's trying to get the high score. And yeah, this is the game. Be careful those sneaky peek devs. So, I hope it's been informative. I hope it hasn't been too intimidating, as it's very intimidating to put this into Rustrician.io, a very helpful website. Oh, I almost forgot to explain the auto sprinkler timer loop for the RAN set. If you've messed about with farming and the automatic sprinkler, I'm doing the exact same thing right here, but instead of going to a sprinkler, I'm going and sending it through these splitters to send out to each one of the set functions of the randoms. So, yeah, you want to reset these because save you a bit of math. It basically takes longer if you don't reset it. So I wanted two options to reset it at the start of the game and also when the target gets lowered, because obviously you must have shot it down in order for it to have lowered. And yeah, they all add up. So far, the highest high score to come across is 61. But yeah, this has been Wales, and all else fails, you try Wales. So I hope you enjoy the game. Go onto the build server and play it for yourself, or if you're hard enough, build it for yourself and let me know what you get off. Much love, Cariad, fawr o Gymru. Nos da, goodbye.